In this video, I want to point you to an issue I insist you need to be aware of when you are applying for consulting jobs. The level of confidence that you have and the level of confidence that you demonstrate to your interviewers. I think this issue does usually not receive the attention it deserves, but trust me, it can make or break the decision to offer you a job. From my personal experience, I know that this aspect of your consulting interviews can determine your success or failure. The crucial aspect that I want to make you aware and conscious of is the attitude that you show during your consulting job interviews. I want to ask you, what is your view of the personal qualities an ideal management consultant should have? Surely you will say he or she should be smart, with great analytical abilities. Okay. He or she should have smooth communication skills, a flexible mind, all granted. Something else that you may mention is that the consultant should be very self-confident and assertive and be able to hold ground of his or her opinion even when challenged. If you are smart and agile, you often have good reason to feel confident about your strengths and your opinion. I believe that the idea that a consultant should be confident and strong-minded is also conveyed in the branding of consulting firms for recruiting purpose. On websites and in leaflets, you will see many pictures of happy and handsome young people, and in project experience stories, consultants highlight how they overcome tough challenges successfully, as well as introduce their impressive educational backgrounds. Furthermore, when you personally are about to apply for consulting jobs, you often enjoy a peak of personal pride. You are soon graduating or have just graduated, completing an important chapter of your life. If you are going to apply for consulting jobs, this implies that you have achieved very good grades, further fueling your confidence. Maybe you have also just accumulated some experience from studying abroad. As a young adult, you have invested so much effort into your personal and career development that you now feel extremely capable, and you may feel almost entitled to be rewarded for your achievements with a top job. And exactly here within lies a great danger. I've been there and I tell you it almost broke my neck. When I was about to apply for consulting jobs in Germany, I was just finishing my PhD degree at a very prestigious school in the United Kingdom. During my entire academic career, I was scoring top grades. By that time, I had a couple of successful internships at prestigious companies under my belt. Last but not least, I had lived for more than 3 years in one of the most vibrant cities of the world, London. I was ready to conquer the world, now as a management consultant. My confidence was rock solid, if not going through the roof. I then started my consulting firm interview marathon in Germany. My first interviews I took with the consulting arm of a Big Four company. As part of the recruiting process, I had to solve a little case study and prepare a presentation to be delivered to the audience. When I was walking towards the conference room to deliver my presentation, the recruiter who accompanied me told me, "Surprise! Please deliver your presentation in English instead of German." Be aware, this was a stress test to evaluate my English language skills. Internally, I was laughing out loud thinking, guys, are you kidding me? I've just lived a couple of years in London and you ask me this? After I had delivered the first part of my presentation, the consulting firm's interviewers leading through the interview, they said, "It's fine, you can now continue talking in German." And in my bubble of amusement, the following words slipped out of my mouth. "Oh, you can all speak German too?" The presentation and interviews went very well, so I almost expected to receive a job offer. To my great surprise though, the consulting firm partner gave me the feedback that I had indeed been extremely capable, but we were discussing for quite a long time whether they should make me a job offer or not. They felt I seemed so overconfident that they were not sure if I would subordinate myself and integrate into a team. I was shocked and expressed humility and got the job offer. A similar incident happened at another consulting firm where at the end of a case interview that had gone well, I cracked a jovial joke. Later I learned that the interviewer in that round got irritated by my joke that I made during a moment of confidence, endangering the success of my application. Of course, I learned my lessons and toned down my attitude in later interviews. To my surprise though, one company gave me the feedback that I still appeared very confident, but that it was just fine. Please do not take away from my story that confidence was a bad thing. Quite the opposite. Having a strong confidence reduces your anxiety and nervousness, and it strengthens your focus towards a goal. However, I want to draw your attention to how much of your confidence you want to keep internally and how much of it you want to show externally. In fact, let me introduce you to the ideal consultant model. As you know, we management consultants love matrices, so let me draw this 2x2 matrix with confidence on the x-axis and performance on the y-axis. Alright, to be clear, a successful consultant needs to deliver. Low performance is not accepted. With regards to the confidence level, you may expect that consulting firms seek the secure overachiever. You are wrong though. Consulting firms seek the insecure overachiever as an ideal consultant employee. And I'm not making that up. At McKinsey, we regularly refer to the insecure achiever as the ideal consultant. Still though, you may ask the same question that I asked myself back then, which took me quite a while to figure out. Why do consulting firms prefer an insecure overachiever to a secure overachiever? An insecure overachiever is somebody who always excels in what he or she is doing, is a true top performer, but regularly not sure if what he or she is delivering is good enough. In fact, an insecure overachiever has strong doubts about their performance and believes he or she should do better. The imposter syndrome may be regarded as an extreme case of an insecure overachiever doubting themselves. The insecure overachiever is the perfect consulting employee. He or she is an overachiever, so for sure will always deliver the best work to the firm's clients. However, he or she is also insecure and as such susceptible to external pressure to strive even harder. An insecure character can still be shaped. It is also more likely to adapt and subordinate him or herself. From the perspective of a consulting firm partner, it is also more fun to mentor a young consultant who is willing to quickly obey and follow. It can be tiresome, on the other hand, if you need to deal with a strong-minded consultant in your team with whom you always have to exchange strong arguments in order to convince her or him. Now I say this with a pinch of cynicism. Obviously, you need to strike the right balance here, but I'm sure you get the idea. Hence, some insecurity is a quality interviewers may watch out for when assessing you. You demonstrate this best by demonstrating humbleness. You let your results speak for themselves, but do not need to boast about them. You are eager to learn and develop and to take advice from your seniors. This is the vibe you want to give off during your interviews and actually also during the first years of your consulting career. Last but not least, maybe you are not at risk of showing too much confidence because you actually are an insecure overachiever. Many insecure overachievers gravitate towards the consulting career, so this is perfect. Very often I receive messages from students telling me, "Oh, I have my final interviews with McKinsey next week and I have practiced 100 plus business cases already. But deep down I know I'm still not good enough. What can I do to further improve my skills?" To these people I say, just chill, you will be fine. And often they get that McKinsey offer. It is fine to be confident, and healthy levels of confidence will take you through tough times in life and consulting life. However, especially during your consulting interviews, show your humble side and express that you're eager to follow and you will be fine.